Good day everyone! In this video, we are going to cover the skill points and runes allocation as well as the required equipments in order to achieve that bash damage in the previous clip. Without further ado, let us begin. So we're gonna check out first the skills, and for the Swordsman job, of course, you'll have level 10 bash. It's only level 20 here because I'm already done with the breakthrough, but when you're still a Swordsman, it can only be up to level 10 of course. So next should be Sword Mastery, level 10 as well. These two are basically non-negotiables for this build, so you have to maximize them. Next should be Taunt. In my build, I put 10, but you can have at least level 5 for it. I put 10 for it to minimize the defense penalty provided by Taunt. So next should be Magnum Break. Put only level 1. I highly suggest that you allocate your skill points for other skills because Magnum Break is only good for converting your attacks into fire property, and it boosts your attack by 20% for the next 10 seconds. But that's about it. It's not really good for mobbing, unlike Bowling Bash. So I think you should move on for the next skill, which is gonna be increased recuperation. Put at least 1 to 5 for it, just to enhance the effectiveness of the potions, as well as your passive regeneration ability. For HP, that is. Next should be Endure. I put 5 for my build because it's really useful, and for the next skill for the night class, 5 points of it should be required to activate the Heart of Steel. So I think that should be it for the Swordsman job. So recap: 10 Bash, 10 Sword Mastery, 4 Increased Recuperation, 1 Magnum Break, 10 Taunt, 5 Endure. So for the night class, your non-negotiable should be Cavalry Combat, 5 skill points, Cavalry Mastery, 5 skill points, Arrow Blade, 10 skill points. You're gonna need Arrow Blade for your runes later. It adds physical attack basically. So for your next skill points allocation, highly suggest you put 5 points to Heart of Steel. It's a burst damage tanking skill that will last for 5 seconds, but it reduces up to 90% damage and magic damage reduction. Really useful for skills like Stormgust and Meteor Storm from bosses like Dark Lord and Spashire. So for your next skill points, it depends on your style. You can put it in Spear Mastery and Pierce. That's just my preference because I usually do ET runs, and switching from sword to spear on the fly is really helpful. But most of the time, people allocate it to Bowling Bash and counterattack. Even it depends. You can go experiment. Just don't put it to Brandish Spear because that skill is pretty useless. It's not like in the ROPC version that gives splash damage. So for Lord Knight skill points, you should be allocating at least 10 to Lord's Aura, 5 to Concentration, 5 to Call of Justice, and for the Head Crush, allocate at least 5 to 10 skill points to enhance your physical attack. It's not passive, it's active, and the bleeding status for Head Crush is pretty much useless for the Bash build since you're not auto-attacking. Also allocate Sword Parry to help block some attacks. In my build, I only put 5, but it depends. You can put 10 Sword to have a 50% chance to block attacks. After Breakthrough, put another 10 additional points to Bash to have it level 20. Our Blade, make it level 20, then your next priority should be Head Crush. Okay, that will be it for the skills. For the runes, I think you should look at the screen. So if you can see, you'll have 10 Bash, that's your first priority. First priority should be 6 Cavalry Mastery Utility runes. Next should be Our Blade, 3 of them. And next should be at least 2 Ignore Defense and 3 Advanced Ignore Defense Mastery. That's for the sword. And Taunt to minimize the attack penalty or the damage bonus to monsters. These are the bash runes for a second. Third should be right here. Fourth should be here. Fifth should be down here. Sixth, this one. Seventh should be around here. Yeah. Eighth should be this one. Ninth and 10th. 10 bash runes. That would be around 52 gold badges total. Next should be Cavalry Mastery Utility Runes. That's bonus to small size monsters, 1% per level. So this is the first one around here. Second should be around here. Third should be around there. Fourth around here. Fifth, and the sixth one's around here. That's 6 total. It'll be around 112 gold badges, I think, for level 10 bash runes and 6 Cavalry Mastery Utility runes. So for the next runes, prioritize Aura Blade runes, since each level of Aura Blade will be providing 5 attack for each runes that's activated for this. It gives directly to raw attack, so don't worry about non-auto attacks. So the first rune should be around here. Second's also around here, close by. And the last one should be near the 3 Cavalry Mastery Utility runes. So I think that should be it for the rune priority for your bash build. And for the next priority of yours should be, I mean, these are the least ones. Should go for Sword Mastery. Provide 60% of the original bonus, which is 40. Then that would be 24. 3 of those are required. So that will be 24 per wing. So next one should be this one's. Yeah, ignore defense. This is an ignore defense. This is the second ignore defense that I activated. The next ones that I activated are Advanced Sword Mastery Ignore Defense runes. So 3 of them. This is the third one. So that gives me a total of 5 bonus ignore defense for sword. 5% of them. Because I already have 5% in my tights, so that's 10%. That's an ignore defense tights basically, and because the 90% comes from the basic equipments, which we'll be showing later. Okay.
Alright, so for your equips, your first priority should be Nagan, which is your sword, because it gives 100% bonus damage to bash. And then for medium-sized monsters, it also gives another 50% extra bonus damage. Enchants should be attack enchants or damage increase enchants. Preferably, you can also go for ignore defense enchants, support enchants, or melee attack enchants. But I'm not lucky enough to have that, so I went for damage increase enchants, 2.2%. Tiering it to 4 is not the top priority, okay? But since I had the luxury already to have the materials, I just went for it. But it's not your top priority. Your top priority should be other equips first, then tiering them up. Okay, so your card should be Desert Wolf card, at least for the 1 slot. For the next slot, if you have the luxury already to buy a 2-slot Nagan, there should be another size, perhaps maybe Scale Worker card or other cards for damage bonus increase. Like if you're really rich enough, like a Strophe card will be really good, or other elemental cards, depends. But Hydra card as well will be very helpful for the second slot. But for the first slot, I believe it's mandatory to have the Desert Wolf card. What you need the size damage increase modifier is to activate the bonus ignore defense of the Desert Wolf card, which is stored. In total, I have 2 Desert Wolf cards. So one will give you 35% bonus damage, and the stored card will activate the ignore defense when your damage to small monsters is over 50%. So if you remember in the runes earlier, we had 6 Cavalry Master Utility runes down here. So this one, if you recall that it increases damage to small size by 1% per level. So we have 6 of that, and it's level 5. so it should give us 30% bonus damage to small monsters. So added with the 25% in the card here, the ritual card, we have 5% bonus damage to small monsters, which will activate the 50% ignore defense bonus. So if you can see here, ignore defense stat is also reflected in your stat bar. It's 100% here because I have the ignore card stored as well also. So for your next priority equipment should be offhand bracelet, which is Rosa. Tearing them up is also not the first priority. You should go for buying the other equips first. So Rosa bracelet will give you a bonus ignore defense of 25%. So if you recall earlier, I have 5 ignore defense runes. So in total, I currently have 30% with this. So your armor should be tight. I'm not sure it's good to have sponge. You can also have sponge armor in place of this, and you can have also sponge ring in combination to give a set bonus of 5% attack. But I believe the best one for damage dealing bash types is go for tights, because it gives you a total of 8% bonus damage when you tear it up. So this one I believe is your first priority to tear amongst your equipment. So attributes enchant should be ignore defense is the best one for your types. So currently I have total of 40% ignore defense stats. Oh, plus the 50% from the stored bonus of the desert food. So I have 90%. Okay, for your garment should be ancient state. Your enchant attribute should be attack or damage increase. Best to have damage increase here, but it's really hard to get that enchant from that Mora coin. It's really hard, man. I had spent thousands of Mora coins, I guess. Well, this is all I got. So it gives you 50% ignore defense. From the previous part of this video, I only had 5% ignore defense type. So I haven't said that, I recall, but this is a newer video actually. I just had a huge hiatus in between because I was really busy. So I already had a 10% ignore defense type. In total, this will give me 105% ignore defense, including my runes. The extra 5% actually won't matter because ignore defense is only capped up to 100%. It's also meaning that your enemies like armorless or defenseless, but enemies have some hard defense. That's why some enemies will still not have the same damage dealt to compared to others like Garm or other medium size or other monsters in general. Okay, so your boots, should be your last priority because it's the most expensive, I think, among the equips. You should go for Rune boots for the attack bonus of 3%. It really gives a huge bonus also of healing received. So when you can tank a lot when you have a support who is healing you, which gives you the 30% healing bonus received. Alright. So if you're still on the budget, you can go for Rune boots at least. Please go for Rune boots. Okay. So for your accessories, just go for accessories with high attack. I had Luna Brooch here because it has an enchant, so you go for the best enchants here are always melee attack enchants or damage increase enchants, or if you're still not lucky enough, just go for high attack increase enchants like attack plus 30, attack plus 40. That should be good enough. For the boat accessories, should be attack, high attack accessories. Alright, so for your helmet, you should have cat ear beret for starters. It gives you attack plus 5%. Then, if you're rich enough, your headgear should be this one. But it's not the top priority, it's the least amongst the equips that you need. For your face, this is the best one for your face. Frost Masquerade Mask, it's a gacha, but hopefully you get it from the free vouchers. But I think it's kind of a necessity already, because it gives you a total of 5% bonus attack plus 50 if you have 99 strength and 99 wit. By the way, that's my build for the stats. It's 99 strength and 99 wit. I have failed to mention that earlier. If you see here, 99 wit and 99 strength. Alright, so for your face, this is the best face, or not face, I mean, for the mouth piece. This is the best equipped for the knight, actually, in general. I don't have much replacement here, except for pipe. But my pipe, I stored it for increased refine 10 attack. So enchant should be attack, actually. Attack or damage increase. Or if you're lucky enough to be ignore defense, you can also have ignore defense here in the face. As well as here. I don't know, this one is zeal, I think. But it's not very relevant. You can just go for damage increase and attack as well. This one, you can't have damage increase here, but you can have ignore defense as well. So if you have strength plus attack here, you might be lucky in ignore defense. So your back should be T-Wing or Twin Katana. My Twin Katana is stored to give me plus 10 attack. Or plus 6 attack rather. So what else? Angel Wing. Angel Wing is really good also. Just note that in the Angel Wing, physical penetration is not equal to ignore defense. So that's why it's also giving a damage even if your ignore defense is also 100%. So already 100%. So for your tail, you could go for Guts Wing. Currently, it's just released. The Guts Wing or Wind Perch Great or that marching band thing. The one with the floating marching band with the balloon. So I think that's a good tail equipment for the knight. But from my equips, I only had Wind Perch Great because it gives you a total of 5% final damage increase if your monsters that you're hitting are having more than 50% HP. The best enchant here is melee attack, but as you know, we're not that lucky. Just go for attack or damage increase perhaps. So I think that should be it for the equips. So if any questions, you can just leave your comments below, and hopefully this guide will help you a lot. So your goal, oh by the way, I should also mention that your goal is to really maximize this attack stat. So aside from that, after you build your equips, you should really go for storing a lot of cards and equipments here. Just focus on attack just to maximize your damage, so you can do a lot of boss hunts. So here I stored a lot of equips to give bonus damage or attack. So let's this one, cards. So if you try to see here also, these are my adventurer's book unlocked stats. So I have bonus damage against wind monsters, against water, earth, against beast or this is brute monsters, wind damage, against insects, so against dragon, against the human. So it really helps to increase your damage to have those unlocked stats in your adventure book actually. So keep that in mind, but that should be your least priority once again. So top should be this equips. Also, if you have the luxury enough, your end game should be Evil Bracer. If you have enough ignore defense stats, if you replace this Rosa Bracelet, should replace this with this bracer. Gives you 5% melee attack if it's plus 10 and if it's tiered to 4. So endgame should also be Helmet of Arch Hero here. So plus 10 to give you 10% melee damage. So hopefully that helps. For your face mask, by the way, I failed to mention that if you don't have the Frost Master, you must go for Hockey Mask. Gets 10% damage to demi-human bonus, and of course the same enchant should be having that as well. For your pet, go for the Viruchi. Gives you 40 attack if it's having a level 10 skill here. Alright, so see you in the next video guys. Once again, if you have any questions, leave it down below, and have a great day ahead.